Our GMC Sierra tweet of the night comes from Bleacher Report. How about this? Saudi Arabian Soccer Club is offering a record-breaking $1.1 billion to bring Mbappe over there on a one-year deal. Now, the transfer fee to PSG would be over $300 million. His salary for 1 year, $776 million. Jeff, how do you say no to that?
Wow. I don't know how you say no to that. I mean, you know, we wondered, how is this going to expand from the Live Tour? Like, what other sports are the Saudis maybe going to be interested in? And obviously, they've put their mitts into soccer right now.
Yeah, and it won't stop there. It'll be in other things as well, as it is with business. So that is the reality of it. Messi is down in Miami. We'll see what happens here. But if I were Mbappe, I would take that. And I'm sure that out there, running backs all over would look at that and say, please give me a break. I can't make $10 million in 1 year like Saquon Barkley. These guys, I don't know where they go. They had a Zoom meeting yesterday that was hosted by Austin Eckler. But, you know, Jeff, it is what it is, as they say in the business. This CBA was signed, sealed, and delivered a few years ago. It runs until 2030. There's not much you can do if you're a running back other than just make sure you're not hurt, cash in when you can cash in. If I were Saquon Barkley, I would take it. A 1 year, $10 million, and go from there. And what do you think Najee Harris is going to be like in a couple of years if they pick up their fifth year and then they go through the same sort of situation?
Yeah, I do wonder about Najee because he's been outspoken with this. But the reality is this isn't something that should surprise running backs because for the last, 10, 15, maybe 20 years, this has turned into a passing league. The emphasis on running game has gone down. Even though in Pittsburgh, you know, right now the emphasis is up, but they feel like they could get anybody in there for a couple of years, and it's more about the offensive line. For years, Bob, when we were growing up, the offensive linemen got paid diddly. I mean, now they're getting paid more than the running backs, and the running backs are upset about this, but, I mean, offensive linemen, tackles, protect blind sides. They also deserve their share of the money. They're taking hits every single snap. So, I mean, I feel for running backs in the sense where they don't get paid as much as receivers, but that's just the way of the game. There's no conspiracy to have them make less. There's just they don't really value the position as much anymore. And
it's not collusion either. It's just you using the money to the areas you think are trending in the game moving forward, and it's not running back right now. So, you know, these guys, if they have a beef, it should be with their union representation, nothing else. All right, let's go to the phone lines. We got our number one Cochrane Go One Better call of the night, beginning with Jerry, I should say, in Franklin. Hey, Jerry, how you doing? Hello, Jerry.
Two real quick things.
Sure.
Jack Sawinski, I love that the Pirates are sticking with him. I love the power. I know he strikes out a lot, but I'm just glad they've not set him down and just cast him aside. The other thing is Jared Triola. I love what he's brought to the game. I know there isn't a lot of slugging percentage with him, but the guy just hits, and if his fielding is as good as everyone says it is, maybe in September shop Brian Hayes and then use some of his salary to put toward Mitch Keller or someone else.
Well, first of all, you're never going to find someone who takes that salary, not given what Brian Hayes has done offensively. Just nobody will do it. You're stuck with him for now, and they're going to play him. Now, Triolo has done well. There's no question about that. But when Brian Hayes is healthy, he's going to play, and that's it, pure and simple. As far as Sawinski, I love that dude also. I mean, when you hit that kind of, as long as he be a little bit more consistent. And by the way, Jeff, Leover Piguero just did his first home run in the majors for the Pirates.
Nice.
And the Pirates are up 5-1 on San Diego. What a disappointing season San Diego's having.
Yeah, and Bob, I'll say this about Sawinski. There have been a couple of times where I'm wondering, would it be best to send him down? And to Jerry's point, they have stuck with him, and he's found a way to bounce back. And he's got an exciting bat if they can find some more consistency. As for Brian Hayes, I mean, Jared Triolo is basically Brian Hayes. They both have little power. They both have really good gloves. They've got Hayes locked up for a long-term deal. But like, what would you get for Brian Hayes if you wanted to trade him now or even in the offseason, unless he has 2 huge months coming off injury? And, when you're dealing with a hip injury, which is basically what his back is, I mean, you can't rotate. I think it's hard to really judge what Brian Hayes could do over the span of a year until he's fully healthy over the span of the year. So I don't see them getting rid of Brian, even though Triolo's been really good.
So, Jeff, ponder this question as we go to break, and that would be, which teams are most likely to end up with him, and if the team does get him, do they have to make sure they have the money available right now to sign him, or is it truly a rental situation if you think you're going to win a championship right now? We'll talk about that when we come back. It's 412-575-2600 right here. It's the Ireland Contracting Nightly Sports Call. Jeff thinks, so do you.